Hey, what's up, guys? It's Kupiga Story tena with Chalo. I remember, I remember the first time I encountered an older woman when I was younger, when I was very very young, and this was post virginity, like most of you, I'm sure, yeah, would attest to this. There was always this unspoken bond between young guys, like late teens, 18, Apple 17, and older ladies, like 30s, Apple, these young hip ladies and stuff. And I remember there was this one. She was really nice, really really nice, and I always thought of her as this fountain of knowledge. Yeah, I was always fawning over things she would tell me, about women, about young girls, things I need to look out for, Hao mademu usiwasikize, watakuenjoy, watafanya sijui nini. And I used to listen. I really did. I did listen a lot. Lakini sasa it reached a point that she was drinking some wine. She was feeling sexy, tipsy. Na mimi nilikuwa nimemweka hapo kwa hiyo pedestal ya big the fountain of knowledge, blah blah, but she had other things in mind. And I don't remember feeling like I was being used. I remember being quite open, actually. Because there was this bond that had been created, this bond that the student and the teacher sort of bond. Because I understood she knew a lot. I understood that she could teach me a thing or two. Yeah, so I stuck in there, and even when she made advances, I was very young. She was like, yo, just relax, I got you. She was like, put your hand here, don't rush. A lot of niggas know what I'm talking about. And at that point, you're so trusting that you trust this person so much. You can let your guard down, and you can say, I don't know, teach me. And because she's actually older, you don't feel your pressure. You have to prove yourself. I know. So there she is, she's like, yo, do this. Nigga, you're not even feeling any sort of way asking questions. You're like, why should I do that? Does that make you feel good? Shit like that. And ilianza hivyo tu, hivyo pole pole, a peck here, a kiss there. Me and home, I think about it a little bit, and I would always come back. Every time she came back, ilikuwa kama easy movies. When come this Tarantino movie, inaitwa Kill Bill, when she's being trained by that master, that Chinese guy. You follow instructions, everything will be good. And I always felt so proud. I always felt as though there was something I knew. The other guys didn't. The other guys my age. I always felt as though I was this mature man. It never occurred to me ever, that this older experienced woman was taking advantage of me. Never. Even though we never really got to, do the deed, there was always this sort of understood, unspoken respect that I had for her. Now, even now when I'm older, because I usually like to replay these things in my head whenever I just see something that reminds me, maybe a song or something. And every time I remember some of the things they told me, some of the things they taught me, they still apply to today. They do. The only difference is as I got better at these things, as I learned more, I realized that there was a lot in it for them too. You know, these older women, and why they like young guys. There's a lot in it for them because they feel more in control, you know? They are dictating the terms, you know? And most of this shit actually happens after they get, their hearts broken or something like that. And then, these young niggas actually are safe. They are safe for them. Emotionally, they are safe. Because homeboy is there to learn. He's willing. He's listening. He's absorbing. He's energy. He's just unbound energy, unrestricted energy. Nigga ain't thinking about anything else but learning shit. And I will never understand that appeal unless, this is how I understand it, alright? As a guy. Think of it from a guy's point of view, guy's perspective, alright? A guy who is 35 can fall in love with a lady who's 22, who's 20. And they can actually make a relationship work because one is experienced and the other one is willing to learn, willing to get on the experienced one's program. And I usually ask myself this question because you see a lot of couples or a lot of people who are close in age, especially men and women, or if the lady is older than the guy, there's always this sort of quiet disregard for a guy's authority. Especially if the lady, knows more or is well-traveled, or that's just the age. If she's older than you, or if you guys are the same age or something like that, you find that it usually takes more of a, you have to go through this first. You have to butt heads first, because there isn't, that leadership role is up for grabs. Na hapo ndo unapatanga kuna issue. Unless your gap ni kubwa, both ways. I believe both ways. I believe older women can get with young men because older women understand. Young men are just in it for fun. They understand what they're getting themselves into. And on the flip side, older men understand what they're getting themselves into with young ladies. And the young ladies understand, this nigga already knows what he wants. He's already on this road. I either get in the car with him, get on his lane, I know he's gonna toss me on the side. But what do you think about that, guys? What has been your experience? Dating someone who's older, dating someone who's younger, especially my brothers. What has been your experience? If you actually think about it, it's when it comes to love or affection, there really isn't that much difference, especially when you're clicking, when you understand each other. But when it comes to who leads, when it comes to who has authority, when it comes to who speaks and who listens, who's submissive, who's the dominant, hapo ndo unapatanga kuna issue. And I think as I get older, I'm starting to understand the appeal, especially for young ladies to older guys. The same appeal that I had when I was younger, and I had this older female friend who knew so much and was willing to create this space where I could actually ask and learn. I think it's about that. Juu unaangalianga a lot, unapatanga a lot of this relationship we try to work on. The only reason watu who butt heads ni hakuna structure hapo ya command. Hakunanga structure ya command. There's no leadership. There's no one willing to take the reins because they're fighting for it. I do this, you do that, I do this. And since we are selling this new adage of equality, of partnership, ndio unapata kuna kuanga na so much at stake. If there isn't that structure of power, unapata watu watashinda wanakosana. Even sexually things don't work. Who's taking the lead? Who follows? But a lot of people just buddies, man, just living life like roommates. Until you have one argument too many, alafu, hey, I have my own job, you have your own job. I have my own path I'm taking, you have your own path you're taking. No one is willing to compromise. Now you by the new word, it's hard to swallow compromise. I get that. I get how kwanza sahi when you get that everyone has something to lose. You know, and our definition of independence, our definition of freedom is tied to us doing what we want when we want. Our sisters, you know, wakisikia ati marriage, you have to submit to your man. That submit word, unaonanga, they're like, that won't work for me. I have a master's degree, I have a PhD, I have my own car, I have my own career. Why do I need to submit to you, nigga? For what reason? It's a pickle. It's a huge pickle, guys. But it's a pickle we'll have to deal with, you know. Hii story lazima to figure out. There's the human race, there is our biological need to continue the next generation. And if we fuck up the next generation, what are we doing all this for? Food for thought, right? This is Chalo, Kupiga Story. Telling stories for you and for me and for the entire world. Peace out, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Babo.